Hello guys. Hello everyone. Yes. Master Tech Automotive. Good afternoon everyone. This is my first time on this live, but I have been following all along. Welcome brother. This is your first time on this live. Welcome. Welcome to this live session. Coding says hello brother. Kundan, hi. Hello brother. Hello everyone. Yes. Okay, so just let some more people join, okay, then we'll start. Let's chat, guys. Anyone, any query regarding anything? Okay, let more people join. Let's just wait for more 2 minutes and then we'll start, guys. Narayan Swami, hi sir. Hello, brother. Wish in. Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, 14 people have joined. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. Let's just wait for a few one more minute, okay? Then we'll start. Coding with Azar. This. Yes, hello, brother. Welcome. Hi. Yeah, 17 people have joined. Okay, so let's start now. So welcome guys, welcome back to this channel. Welcome to this 18-day Python series of July, Python Bootcamp of July month. Okay, and this is going to be the day 9 where we are going to talk about the modules. But one more thing. In last class, because of some network problems, we have just seen till the lambda functions. Okay, and in the map we have some problem in the connection in the network, so we'll today start from the map. Okay, so the topics which we have left in the day 8 will start from there. Okay, and then we'll continue and finish the day 9 also. Okay, so I hope you guys are prepared today for a long session. Okay, and yeah, that's it. So this is Piyush Kumar. Let's get started. Okay, good evening, beauties help. Good evening, sir. Good evening to you. And good evening to everyone. Okay, present over here. So now, guys, let's get started. Uh, so let's start from the map function. Okay, because this was the function where uh, we faced the fluctuations in the last session. So now, yeah, let's do it. Ready for it? Yes, brother, ready. Now, guys, map function. Let me just tell you about the map function, okay? What this function does, and then we'll see some example, okay? Now, guys, the map function applies a given function to every element of an iterable, okay? So what could be an iterable? Iterable means the list, tuples, okay? All the sequences, they comes in iterable category, okay, on sets. So the map function rule is that it takes two parameters. First parameter it takes is a function, and second parameter which it takes is an iterable. And whatever the function you will take as a parameter, that function, whatever the role of that function will be, that role will be applied to the each element of that iterable which you have taken as an second parameter. Okay, this is the simple task of the map. It's just like an iterable, how you use a loop. You use a loop on an iterable and then you do some task. Instead of using the loop, you can use map. Hence, for using a loop, what you have to do? You basically, first of all, you have to write. that how you're going to, you have to create a while or for loop, and then you have to write the operations which you are going to do. Here, what you can do is, for the operations, you can create a normal function or you can create a lambda function. Okay. And then you have the map function. Inside the map function, you can just simply give the function as a parameter, give the iterable as a parameter, and on each element of that iterable, that function will be applied. Okay. And one more important thing about the map function is that it returns a map object. Okay. It returns a map object. Now, what is a map object? We'll see it. We'll talk about it. Okay. And how we are going to convert that map object to a readable format so that we can understand, so that we can see our output. We'll see each and everything. Okay. So let me just write the definition first. Okay. Okay. I can see कोडिंग विद एरर भाई मेरी क्लास 12 में कंपार्टमेंट आई है और अब कंपार्टमेंट का एग्जाम 28 को है मुझे बताओ प्लीज ब्रदर क्लास 12 में पाइथन एज ए सब्जेक्ट है और उसमें कंपार्टमेंट आई है व्हाट्स द डील इज इट अ पाइथन एज ए सब्जेक्ट और कंप्यूटर साइंस एज ए सब्जेक्ट और प्रोग्रामिंग कोडिंग कैन यू प्लीज स्पेसिफाई although I don't have any idea about that, but yeah, I can help little bit. So let me write the definition, guys. Okay. Um, so the map function, I'll write the same thing, that the map function applies. I don't know why I write, because I tell the same thing to you guys, but I guess there are few people who just want me to just write an okay proper definition so that they can also use it somewhere later on. Okay, because of that, I guess I write, because later on in earlier when I was taking live now, people were telling me that please sir write something so that uh, we can also copy it, we can also write something. Okay, so I guess from that I started writing. So yeah, this is all about the map function. Okay, now let's talk about the syntax of the map function, and then it will be more good that how you're going to use it. So in map function, guys, as I have told you, it takes two parameter. The first parameter is a function, and the second parameter is an iterable. Okay, so this is how the map function looks like. Now I'll do what? I'll show you a simple example, and with that example, it will be more clear. Okay, so the same example I've taken in the last class also, but because of the network issue, I guess people were not clear in this. So I just again repeat it. Okay, so that everything should be clear. Okay, we are going to square every number from an iterable. So let's suppose there is a list. Okay, okay. So I'll do what? I'll create a nums. Okay, and I'll create a list of few numbers. Okay, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've created a list of 5 numbers. Okay, and now what I have to do, I want to just square the each element, each and every element of my list nums. Okay, so for that there are multiple approaches I can follow. I can follow a loop approach, I can follow different approach, but the best approach is the map approach. Why? Because the map function is used for that purpose only. So I'll just do what, I'll just use the map function, and now it takes a function as a parameter. So we already now know the lambda function, that how the lambda function works. So I'll create a lambda function to do the square of a number, and then I'll give my iterable name, that is nums, on which I want to apply, and then simply I'll just print result. Okay, so when I'll print result, you will see that what we were expecting, we are not getting that. Okay, so we are getting something different. So we are getting a message which is map object at this memory location. This is the memory location of your RAM, of your primary memory. Okay, so this shows that your object is being created and your object type is map, but it is at this place. Okay, so when you will check the type, no, let's check the type and let's see what type we are getting. Okay, so you can see it says class map, means the data type is map. So object type is of map, it is of class map type. Okay, that's very good, that's nice. So now what we can do is, okay, now I'll just remove the type because we have already checked it. So how to make it in readable format? So for that, what you can do, you can use the list constructor. Okay, because it's ideal that we were converting, means we were iterating, means the iterable was a list. So we want a list only as a return. Okay, so we can convert the object result. Okay, and we can put the object result inside the list, and then you can store it in some place, or you can just directly print it. Let me just execute this. Now you will see each element is being the square. Suppose one square is 1 2 4 3 9 4 16 5 25. So we have successfully done the square of the numbers. Okay, okay, that's very good. Now, where to apply this list? Whether you can apply this list here only or some other place. So one more thing is there. You can apply the list directly in the map also. So where you're using the map function, you can cover the whole map function inside the list constructor. So then you will not need to give the list here. Then what will happen now? This result, if now you'll check the type of, now when you'll check the type of result, so now it will be no more a map object. Because why? There is a reason, and that the reason is very obvious. That is, first it was a map object. Now the object which was returned by the map function, at that same moment only you converted into a list. Using the list constructor, you converted into a list. So now this result is actually a list. Okay, so that's why you get, when you check the type, you get list here. Okay, so two approaches are there. You can use directly a list, or what you can do, you can convert the object. So first you can store the map object, and then the map object later on, when the time of use or at time of when you want to give a overlook, then you can convert it to a list or tuple or some different data type, whatever you like. Okay, to any sequences that you can do. uh, mm, Computer science, yeah, I was knowing computer science. See, can you give some chapter names? Okay, can you give some chapter names? Okay, of your subject computer science. So then I'll just suggest, see brother, so give me some chapter names. Okay, and one more thing, just go on the class 12 syllabus of computer science. Okay, I'm just giving you a trick. Okay, because this tricks works, by the way, huh? If you are computer science, means you may be of CBSE or ICSE board, so this trick will definitely work. Do what? Go and check the syllabus. Okay, in the syllabus, chapter wise, no, if you'll see the chapter computer science syllabus, so chapter wise scoring will be there, that how much marks will can come from which chapter. Okay, so the chapters in which there is high marks, okay, the chapter in which there are high marks, focus on that chapters only. No need to focus on all the chapters. Okay, no need to focus on the chapters who is getting, means who has a 5 or 10 marks, 5 marks. Okay, 5 marks or 2 3 marks. Okay, no need to focus that chapters. Focus on the chapters who is above 5 marks, let's say 5 marks, 10 marks, 20 marks. Okay, so focus on that chapters. So then this will do what? Then definitely, if you're not top also, so you can be pass. Okay, you can be pass. So that is the technique, and you don't need to now study the whole computer science syllabus. You need to study the limited syllabus. Suppose if there are 12 syllabus, means 12 chapters, so you can have to only read out or only look at out for six syllabus, six chapters or seven chapters. Okay, so this will easy your work. But see brother, there is no shortcut. You have to study. Okay, me also in my college days when I was there. So if I'm not studying the whole semester also, then 1 or 2 day prior of the exams of the particular subjects, I was just going deep into that, and I was just thoroughly study everything. Although I was good at programming and means coding, so because of that I never felt that much difficult in my college days. But you are in 12th, means you are in higher school. Okay, high school. So for you, maybe means the base should be strong. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Narayan Swami. That the same thing I just wanted to say. I was not getting the word. Thank you so much for helping me out. See, Narayan Swami is saying check chapter weightage, bro. Give high percentage on high marks chapters. Perfectly. The weightage. The word weightage. I was just wondering what's the word is which I can use. Weightage. Okay. So check the chapter weightage. Okay. This was the technique which I have personally followed when I was in school on 10th, 12th. Okay. So try that. Uh, Royal Cricket, I guess your name is Mujib. Yeah, I remember it. Sir, please explain again. Okay, this one, this map. Okay, sure, brother. So let me just start with the very beginning. Okay, first of all, now you have an idea of the map function. That map function is used to apply a function to each and every element of an iterable. Now this is the use of the map function. Now let's see the execution. Let's talk about this example now. See, first of all, you need a function and you need a iterable. So I have already created a iterable, a sample iterable. I've created it and I've created a list. And in that I've stored few values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then I have done what? I have just taken a object. I've created an object called as result. Now in this result, I'm going to store my map object. Okay. Because you know map returns and map object. And then I'll use the map function. Now, as you guys know, as from the syntax, map function takes one function as a parameter, second iterable as a parameter. So now I have to give a function. Now the function task will be what? My problem is what? My problem is to square every number. So definitely I have to create a function to square every number. So I'll create a function for that. Now, two ways of creating function are there till now. Till now, we have learned two ways. One is the user defined way, the normal using the def. Okay. Second is the lambda approach. Okay. Now, tell me, to create a function to do a square of a number, it is a simple program or a complex program. First of all, you have to think for that. If it is a simple program and if you think that in one line it can be done, so use the lambda function. Otherwise, if it is going to be a complex program, if this function can be a complex program for you, okay, so if it is going to be a complex program, so then what you can do, then it's very simple again. Then just simply create a normal user defined function. Okay, so this is the lambda function. So I have just created a lambda function. Okay, then I've just written the iterable name and I've printed the result. Now when you print the result without the list constructor or without the tuple constructor, so it will give you a map object and the location of that map object. But we don't want that. We want an iterable because we have given an iterable, so we want an iterable. So you can convert a map object using a list constructor and just do that and you will be able to see it. Okay. Uh, coding 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 asked me one question, sir, please. Is lambda always used with map? No, brother. No, no, no. It's not compulsory. What I told you, I just repeated the thing that map function takes a function. Okay. Now it's upon you. You want to give a lambda function or you want to give a normal function. Okay. Now, okay. Let me just show you. I'll do what? I'll create a normal function to do the square. Okay. Square. This will take a parameter return. Okay. Now this is a normal function square. What is the role of the function? It will taking a parameter and it just returning the square of it. Okay. Now I'll do what? I'll remove the lambda function. I'll write the name of the function. Okay. So what is the name of the function? Square. I'll write square. Okay. Same output. You can see now I've removed the lambda function. Same output. You are getting the same output. Or let's say, let's change the question to do the cube. Okay. So I'll do what? I'll make it cube. I'll make my function name cube. And instead of 2, I'll make it 3. And let's see the output now. Okay, I have to change the name here also. Okay. Yeah, cube. And now you'll see now it gives us the cube. Okay. So how you are going to create your function, that is upon you. If it is a simple, if it, I told you, if you feel that the function which you need to give it inside the map function, it's going to be a simple function or it's going to be a small anonymous function. So use lambda. Why to write two lines of code? You tell me. To do the cube, to do the square, to add two numbers, to remove one number. If you have to follow this kind of approach, so you are going to use this approach. Means this approach is going to be, means you have to use def, then you have to use the function name, then parameters, then column, then then you have to take care of the indentation, then you have to return. And in lambda function, what you have to do if you have to do the cube? Lambda x asterisk asterisk 3. That's it. And the same output. You're getting the same output. So what you will prefer? Obviously, everyone will prefer the lambda function. Why? Because it is small. Because lambda function is used for small problems, anonymous functions. So that is the task here. Okay. So don't get confused that what you have to use. You have to use lambda or you have to use a normal function. That remains the same. Lambda function is used for simpler programs, smaller programs, anonymity. So if you think that you can create a function using lambda function, create it. Otherwise, if you're not comfortable, so create a normal function. It's totally upon you. Okay, don't get confused on that. It's totally upon you. Okay, coding says okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you so much. No, beauties help say so we can put any function instead of lambda. That will also will do. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, beauties help. That will also work. Okay. Coding says okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Beauties help says sir, but what about the parameter that you have given square? We need not give it. Oh, we need to not give it. Obviously, you need to give it the parameters which I have given in the lambda or here parameter that you have to. Why we give parameters? Because those parameters we use it inside our function. Okay, same thing. If you want one parameter, you'll give one. If you want two, so you can go give two. So in normal function also you can use as many as parameters. It's upon you. In lambda function also you can use as many as parameters. But the parameters which will use, simply you have to use it in the expression also. No, that is also the task. Okay. So I hope everyone has got their answer. Okay. So let's see some few more programs. Okay. Let's see few more programs on this. So then it will be more easy and simpler. Okay. So one more program was there. Okay, which was based on strings. Okay. So the program was this program also we have seen in the last class, but I'll again repeat it. What we'll do, we'll convert strings to uppercase. Okay, we are going to convert the strings to uppercase. Let's see we can do it or not. Beauties help. So what about the parameter that you have given the square? We not need to give it. No, no, no. Inside the map function. Inside the map function, which parameter? No, no. Okay, 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 okay. I got it. I got it. I got it. What you want to say? You want to say like this, that when I write cube here, so ideally when we call a function like this. No, I got your point. I got your point. Like this. Okay. So you mean to say why I have not given like this? Why I have not given the parameter? Why I have just directly written cube? Okay, I got your point. Yes, there is an answer for that. The answer is that you don't need to use because you are not calling a function. Understand? You are not calling a function here. You are applying a function here. There is a difference between calling a function and applying a function. Okay, first understand that. Inside map, the function you write, you actually don't call that function. You apply that function to the iterable, and iterable already has the parameter. This iterable, one is what? One will be taken at one time, and one will be given to the cube function. So this in the place of x, you will get one. Okay, at the first time you will get one. Then one cube will happen. Then two will go. Two cube will happen, so you get the resultant. So in this way it works. So you don't need to give the round braces and the parameters inside the map function. Okay, you don't need to give it. You just need to write the name of the function. Okay, clear? Okay, I hope you are clear now. So means your doubt is clear. You have to just write the function name because you are already giving the parameter. No, you are already passing the values. This iterable is what? This iterable is the value on which you are going to apply. Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you so much. So yeah, this is how it works. Okay, so you can apply a normal function also. You can apply a lambda function also. Uh, Now convert a strings to uppercase. So first of all, I need some strings. So let's just see few strings. Okay. So I'll say names. Names. Let's say Rahul. Let's take Priya. Let's take Ritesh. Okay. Let's take one more name. Let's take Mujib. Okay. So here are a few names. Now, uh, what is the problem? To convert the strings to uppercase. Okay, so we have to convert the strings to uppercase. So let's just do that. So again, I'll create a result object so that in order to store everything in the result, and then I'll say map. Okay, now these all means each element is a string. Obviously, inside they are inside enclosed within the double quotes. So I'll do what? I'll just write str, and inside the string there is a function. No, everyone remembers it. The function name is upper. So use that function. Now again, you don't need to give the braces, the round braces. You don't need to give that because you have to just write the function name. Okay, and upper is a string method. So that's why I'm using the string str. I'm using the string class here because upper is a method of the string class. So it can be only applied on string objects or from the string class. So my class name is str. So string is a class. Okay. If you check the data type of a string object, what you get? You get str, class str. So from that class str, I'm calling the method upper and I'm applying it on which iterable? On the names iterable. Okay. And then again, I'll simply just print it list result, and now you will see Rahul, Priya, Ritesh, Mujib, and all these names, okay, of our list names are means they have converted into an uppercase. So means it's feel good, it's nice, okay. So this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Now you have not used a lambda function also. Now you tell me. Now you haven't used a lambda function. You have used the built-in method here. There is upper is a built-in method that is already present in strings. You have a string, use the string class. You have called the method upper, and that's it. So it's dependent on the problem. Understand? Inside the map function, the function you which you are going to give as a parameter, that totally depends on the problem. Now, if the problem is very complex, so you have to create a user-defined function. If the problem is very simple, so you can create what? You can create a normal, normal lambda function. If the problem is related to strings, or for that problem there is already a built-in method or function is present, so use that. Okay. So yeah, it's like that. Let's see one more program. Let's see one more program. Then it will be more clear to you guys. Okay. So let's see the next example. Next example is what I'll try to do is uh, let's say I will try to add 10 to every element, to every number, to every number present in our iterable. So let's give the iterable. Let's say numbers. Okay, let's take a list 5, 10, and 15. And now what I'll do, I have to add 10 to all these elements. Means I have to add 10 to 5, 10 to 10, 10 to 15. So how I'll do? Again, same thing. Result. Then I'll use map. Then I have, now tell me, for adding 10 to any number in our iterable, there is any built-in function or built-in method present in Python? No, obviously not. Okay, adding 10 to a number, adding 10 to a number, is it a is it a simple program? Means the program which I'm going to write is going to be a simple program or complex program? So I feel it that it's going to be very simple because what I have to do, I have to just take a parameter, and on that parameter I have to add 10. So it's going to be very simple. So if it is going to be very simple, so can I use lambda? Yes, I can use lambda. So let's use lambda. Okay. But let's say you are trying it for first time. Okay, let's say you are trying it for first time. Okay, and you are learning Python for first time. So I can understand your problem. For you, it can be difficult. I understand. So then I'll suggest you to do what? Then you have to do some extra efforts. You have to put some extra efforts. I'll show you before. Let me just first complete this. Okay, then I'll tell you that also. That technique also I'll tell you. So x plus 10, and then what is the iterable name? Iterable name is numbers. Let's just print list result. And okay, in 5 10 added 15, in 10 10 added 20, in 15 10 added it's 25. So you get this. Okay. Now Royal Cricket, Mujib, Lambda X, obviously Mujib has given the solution also. That's very nice. Okay. So yeah, those who know who can just give the answer also in the chat. That is also okay. Nice. Very good. Very good, Mujib. Now, for guys, okay, for people who are just learning Python for the first time, for you guys, what you can do is, and if you're finding some difficulties in Lambda function, so see, first of all, Lambda function is very easy. So don't get afraid. Okay, don't get afraid that okay, it seems in one line how we'll do it. Don't think like that. Okay, there is a very simplest way how you can convert it from a normal function to a Lambda function. I'll show you that technique. Okay, so just see. First of all, what you have to do, just create a normal function for your problem. So let's say you have to add 10 to your add 10. So for adding 10, create a function called as add 10. take a parameter. Okay, obviously you're going to take a parameter, use the return statement, and do what? In x, do plus 10. Now you have created the normal function. Now you can use directly this function name over here. You can do that also. And if you want to create from this function to a lambda function, you can do that also. How? I'll show you. First of all, add 10 is the name. In lambda function, instead of this name, you write lambda. So write lambda. So now you have written lambda. Then how many parameters does this function takes? One parameter. Give a space, give one parameter. Then there is a colon. Okay, why is there is a colon? To say that it is the block. So give that colon. Okay. Then in the return, what you are returning? You are returning, this is your expression. Whatever you are returning in a normal function, that is your expression. Copy the same expression, or if no need to copy, paste it. Same thing. So now you will see the same thing you have done it over here. And this is how you create a lambda function. It's very simple. It's very simple. But those of you who are getting confused, follow this approach. Now, see, if you're not understanding or you are getting afraid from lambda function, so you have to do some extra effort. Now you'll say, sir, you have means instead of writing one line, I have to write three lines. So see, brother, you have to do some extra effort. You have to put some extra effort if you have to learn. Otherwise, how you're going to understand? Okay, that I can't do it for you, no. So yeah, that is there. So this is also one approach which you guys can follow. Okay, and you got the answer. Okay, so this was all about the map function. I hope you guys have understood the map function, how the map function can work. Now you can create as much as problems, you can solve as much as problems using map function, but you have to understand the problem. When it says that you have to apply to every element, then only you can use the map function. Otherwise, if it says that you have to apply to specific elements, so then you cannot use the map function. So this is, you have to understand with yourself only. Okay, so and this comes with practice. This comes with practice. Now the next thing which we are going to see, that is the next function, is the filter function. Okay, filter function also, it's very similar to the map function, only the job of the filter function is different from the map function. Otherwise the syntax is very similar, name is different, but syntax is similar. Okay, and the job is different. So let's talk about the filter function now. Okay, see guys, if you have to apply a function to an iterable, okay, but for a condition, to satisfy a condition, let's say you have to select limited number of elements, or if I'll be more, if I'll be more easy to you guys, so I'll say to select only those elements which satisfies the condition. Okay, so then you'll do what? You will use filter. I'll give you a very simple example. If you have a, if you have a box, in that box there is blue pens and black pens. Okay, so blue pens are in blue in color, black pens are in black in color. Okay, that's obvious. Okay, so the, that I don't need to tell it, but okay, it's okay. The, so what I can, so what I was saying, so now you have to pick it out the black ones. Okay, and you have to keep only the blue ones in that container. So what you will do, so you can just simply now you can see the color of the pens, so based on the colors you will pick out the black ones and you will keep the blue ones. So that is called what? That is called as filtering. Okay, that is filter. You are applying filters in. Okay, let's take one more example. We filter water before drinking. Why we filter water? Because in filters there could be small particles or impurities. Okay, that is not acceptable by our body, or that can harm our body. Okay, so then we do what? We apply RO to our houses, or water filters, or some other techniques to our households. So that does what? That filters out the impurities. In same way, the filter function also does the work. Filter function also selects. Now one more thing, just like the map, filter function is also applied to an iterable only. Okay, you can apply the filter function to an iterable only, but this function select the elements that satisfies the condition. And how it will satisfy the condition? Based on the function. So filter function also takes two parameter. First it takes the function, second it takes the iterable. Now let me write the definition of the filter function, and then we'll do what? Then we'll see the syntax, and then we'll see uh, some examples. So if you talk about the definition, so definition is going to be very simple, very easy. Uh, uh, I can say this function selects the elements, selects the elements that satisfy a condition. Okay, so based on the condition, it just do filtering. Okay, simple in simple language. If I have to tell you in simple language, so based on the condition, okay, and that condition will be where that condition will be inside the function. So based on the function, it does filtering. Filtering on what? Filtering on the iterables. Okay, so it filter out those iterables, okay, which we are not requiring, which does not satisfies the condition. Okay, so now let's talk about the syntax. So how the syntax looks like? So filter, round braces, first parameter it takes the function, second it takes the iterable. That's it. Same as the map function, just the name is different and the job is different. Otherwise, it is same. Okay. Now, let's just do what? Let me show you one very quick example so that you guys can now understand what I'm trying to say. So now our problem is we are going to filter even number. Okay. So we are going to filter even numbers from an iterable. Okay. So I'll take an iterable and I'll give our best sample list, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so this is the best sample list, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now from this iterable numbers, I have to filter out only the even numbers. Okay, so I want only the even numbers. Okay, I don't want the odd numbers. Okay, understood? Now let's do the work. So result filter, okay, lambda x. Okay, and I have to check for that x, that x is even number or not. So we already know how to check for an even number. X modulus 2 equals to 0. Okay, and the next parameter is to give the iterable name. So our iterable name is numbers. Let's give that, then print, then list, and then result. And you'll see now you will get only 246. So you have successfully filtered out the odd numbers and you have successfully kept the even numbers. Okay, so filter function, based on the condition, it keeps only those values which are true. Okay, so what happens, this lambda function is applied to all, each and every element. Okay, so for one this function is applied. Now for one it does not satisfy, so it just filter out one. Then it checks for two. For two it satisfies, so it kept two. Okay, so it kept two. Then for three it does not satisfy. For four it satisfies, it kept four. For five it does not satisfy, it filter outed it. Then for six it satisfies, it kept six. Okay, so this is how this works. Now, if I'll show you the type of result, okay, so why I just removed it? I should change the list from type. Okay, I'll show you the type of result. So now you'll see it is of class filter. So just like here, you were seeing it that this was a class in the map, it was a class map. This is class filter. Okay, so I hope you guys understand it is of class filter. Okay, so yeah, and if you have to convert it, you can convert it using list. Okay, so list is again used here. Okay, so yeah, okay. Let's see one more example so that it will be more clear to you guys. Now I'll do what? Let's say I'll filter out number, okay, numbers which are greater than 50. Okay, so I'll filter out those numbers, okay, or let's say keep only those numbers who are greater than 50. Okay, so not filter out, filter numbers which are greater than 50. It means the numbers which are less than 50, that numbers will be filter out. Okay, so let's do that. Beauty's help has just given the, okay, very nice. See, Beauty's help has directly given the answer of the filter even numbers problem. So that was very nice. Okay, very good. So let me do what? Let's take marks. Okay, marks as my iterable name. and I'll give some random marks. Let's say 45, 82, what else? 67, 89, 99, 39. Okay, so these are enough. So now result, okay, filter lambda x, x greater than 50 if x is greater than 50, and I'll apply it to marks. I'll print, I'll print list result, and let's see the output. So we got the output. Okay, so you guys can clearly see all the values which are greater than 50 that is being kept, and the rest of the values like 45, like 39, they have been filtered out because they does not satisfies the condition. Okay, so they don't satisfy the condition, so they have been ruled out, they have been filtered out, and the elements, or you can say the numbers which satisfies, they are kept. Okay, so this is how it works. Let's see one more example. Okay, okay, again beauty's help has given the answer. Okay, that's very nice. Okay, I guess you have mastered this. Oh, you have literally mastered it. I guess you understood it and you was knowing from before. Okay, I guess, and that's very nice. Keep it up. Do like this. Okay, we got one more answer. But this is little wrong. I guess you have make a mistake in writing. Otherwise, you know the correct format. Okay, I'm assuming that. So who is this? This is Pars Zinasabur. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Okay, it will take time. So filter lambda. No, brother. I guess you have made some mistake. Filter lambda and then x colon x greater than 50. Okay, you have not specified the parameter and you are directly using it. So I hope you're making a mistake in the typing. So yeah. Okay, beauty's help. No, no, just learning. Okay, okay, okay. Great, great, great. Very nice. Okay. No, 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 no need to say sorry. Here you are for learning. Okay, I've already told you many a time. Just please engage in the chat. Give responses of the problems you are facing, or if you are not understanding, so just tell me. I'm taking live so that you guys can understand. So what's the motive of if you guys are not understanding? Okay, and if you guys are making mistake, it means you are learning. Okay, so you need to learn. So that's the thing. No need to say sorry, you are learning, and in learning also there is a there is one upper hand that you can make a mistake. Okay, so next example is what we'll do, we'll filter names which are starting from, let's say, starting with A. So we filter the names which are starting from the letter A. So okay, so first of all we need names. So let's give few names here. Okay, so let's give few names, and now uh, I need to remember few names. Okay, I remember one Mujib's name, so I'll put Mujib's name. Okay, and anyone from the chat whose name is starting from A? No, no one is here. Any? Okay, let's give this name. Okay, and okay, there is one my friend whose name starts from A, so I'll keep my friend's name. Okay, so I hope brother you are watching me. So yeah, result filter, and I have to keep the names which are starting with the letter A. Okay, so that is our task, that is our job to do. So for that I have to create a function. So okay, we can create it. Let's say lambda name, and what should we do? Name dot starts with, there is a method in string. I don't know how many of you have explored the methods present in the string methods, but those who have explored the string methods, they will know that yes, there is a function present in the strings. Okay, and now I'll write the name list. Okay, result. So now I have just filtered my names list. Okay, and I have all the names which are starting from A. Somit, Anam, Aman. So these are the names which are starting from A. So we have that name. Okay. Yeah, X colon X dot starts with A and I table. Yes, correct. Correct. Okay, Liban Abdul says Ahmad. Yes, brother. Next time, whenever, next time in next example, I'll keep Ahmad. Okay. Beauty's help, filter, lambda, X. Yes, correct. You are also correct. But there should be a separate no. Starts with A and then there should be the braces. Okay. And then comma, there will be the iterable name. So you forgot the starts with braces close after A, double quote, and there only there should be a ending braces there of starts with. Okay. So you forgot that. Otherwise, the code is totally fine. Selvan 5. I am from India. Just I learning. Great, brother. Me too. I am from also India. Okay, and you are learning. Please learn. Okay, and welcome to the live stream. I guess you are. I've seen your name for the first time. So I hope you like this, and I hope you are trying. Means you are understanding. If not, so there is the whole means for this Python bootcamp. Every video is put on the playlist called as Python Bootcamp July, so you can go and check out that playlist after the live session is over. Okay. Beauty's help says yes, I forgot that bracket. Yeah. Okay. So okay. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Uh, Now let's talk about few difference between the map and filter. Now I hope you guys already know the difference. Okay, because so many times we have talked about it. Okay. So difference between map and filter. So okay, I'll do what? I'll make this raw. Okay, and I'll give few spaces and I'll write filter over here. So for a map, we can say that um, for map we can say that it transforms every element. Okay, it transforms every element. What does it mean when I say transforms every element? It means it applies to every elements. Okay, okay, that is what I mean. In filter, it selects. In filter, it selects. Okay, only the matching one. Matching based on the condition, so it only selects based on the matching elements. Okay, then okay, yes, one more thing, the number of output. Okay, the number of output elements remains the same. Okay, remains the same before and after the execution, before and after using the map, because you do not filter out anything. Okay, you just apply to each element, so element numbers remain the same but the values get changes. Okay, and here in the filter, output may have fewer elements. Okay, so based on the condition, it may so happen that all the numbers satisfies or all the elements satisfies the condition, but that is not the chance every time. So sometimes you get fewer elements also, just like in our examples only. There were six names, we got only three. There were six, we got only four. There was six, we got get only three. So this happens. Okay, and map returns a modified values, whereas filter returns original. Filter returns the original values. Okay, that satisfies the condition. Okay, that satisfies the condition. Okay, and I need to start it from here. Yeah, returns the original values means the values don't get changed here. As you can see, the same way I have written it, in the same way I'm getting the names, but in lesser numbers. I'm not getting all the values, I'm getting the values which are only satisfies. Same here, the values are not changed, the values are as it is, but I'm getting fewer values. Okay, so but in map, if you'll see, in map the values get changes. Okay, values get modified, the name is same but they are in uppercase. Okay, so that is the difference between map and filter. Okay, uh yes, I forgot, make it able to understand by beginner. Kapil Dhakal says make it able to understand by beginner. Yes, brother. I'll try my best, I'll try my level best. Okay, I'll try more harder from now. Okay, if you're not understanding, sir, but both return list na. No, see, both map and filter returns list because we are using list constructor. Okay, if you use, let's say, tuple, so it will return a tuple. Okay, your means both returns, map returns map object, filter returns filter object. Okay, so both returns different object, but both the objects can be converted to into an iterable using list constructor or tuple constructor or set constructor. You can convert it. That is the thing. But it's not compulsory that they are returning list until and unless you are not using the list constructor. So it will return map object or filter object. Okay. So yeah. So this was all about the filter. Okay. I hope you guys have understood. Okay. Now there is one more function which is left, which is uh, which is known as the zip. Okay. Okay. Where that cell gone? So it is called as zip. So the function name is zip, and this is also a very useful method, and I like this method because I use it more often in my programming. So what is the use of this function? First of all, let's talk about that. So see, the zip function combines two or more iterables element by element. Okay, it means suppose you have two lists or two tuples. Okay, and you want to combine them, or not combine them, you want to iterate over both the list together. Okay, together, so that the first list element should be matching with the second list first element. Okay, so for that purpose this zip is used. For that purpose this zip is used. So let me just show you how it works. First of all, I'll write one line about this, that this function this function combines two or more iterables element by element. Okay, the syntax is, okay, syntax is like this. Let me just show you. I'll show you the syntax here. Zip. Okay, let's say iterable 1, then you can give iterable 2. Yeah, like this. Then you can give iterable 3. Okay, like this. And then you can give as much as iterables you want. Okay, means as much as iterables you want to combine, so you can give all the names, means names of that iterables. Okay, so yeah. Okay, okay, got it. What is the difference between function and methods? Okay, Sylvestra dot Sevende has one question in the chat. Uh, Sylvestra asks, what is the difference between function and method? Okay, so this answer I've already given in my live, but okay, again I'll just give it in few lines. Okay, without taking that much time. See, function is not dependent; it is independent. Okay, whereas methods, they are dependent on an object. Okay, okay, so functions are independent. Okay, they can take a parameter, or they can take variables values inside them, so as the methods. But functions does not need any object to call them. Okay, so they are independent functions, they are universal functions, so you directly write them just like zip. Zip does not require an object. Print does not require an object. Type does not require an object. List does not require an object. Filter does not require an object. Map does not require an object. Len is a universal function that also does not require a object to call it. Directly write the name and it will be used. Whereas methods are upper str dot upper. It is a string method. Append. Sorry for that. List.append. Append is a list method. So you need a list object for that. Okay. So just like that, starts with is a method. You need a string object to use it. Okay. So I hope it is clear. So we were talking about the zip. So this is how, the syntax of zip. This is how zip looks like. Now we'll do what? Let me just give you a few examples on zip. Okay. So examples are going to be very simple. Zip is used for combining lists. So I'll not do that much. There is no specific problem. I'll just take two lists. Let's say Rahul is there. Um, let's say Priya is there. Let's say uh, Mujib is there. Okay, so what I can do, and then marks is there. So marks 90, okay, 85 and 95. So let's say Rahul has scored 90, Priya has scored 85, and Mujib has scored 95. Okay, but they both have been stored in two different iterables. Okay, I hope the names and marks are two different lists. They are not one list. Okay, they are two different lists. So, but the marks of Rahul is 90, Priya is 85, and Mujib is 95. So I need to combine it. I need to combine it. So how I'm going to do that? How I'll be able to do that particular thing? Okay, that's the thing. On what basis they combine? Basis of the index. Index is the basis. Based on the index. Okay, I'll show you. Then you will understand on what basis they combine. Okay, so result. I'll use zip. And what is the syntax? You have to write all the iterable names. So names, marks. That's it. I'll do what? I'll print result. I'll print result and let's see what we are getting. Okay. Okay. It gives us zip object at this. Means it is also like the map and filter only. So then what I need to do? Again, the same approach which we are doing with the map and object, a map and filter object. Same thing we'll do it here also. Convert it to a list. Okay. So now when you will convert it to a list, you will get something like this. Rahul 90, Priya 85, Mujib 95. So what happened here is you are inside a list, but the elements which get combined, that is Rahul and 90 get combined together. So they become one tuple. So it is a list of tuples. Okay, so it is a list of tuples. So there are three tuples based on the elements, and it is inside the list. So it is list of tuples. This is how you get it. If you change it to tuple, so it will give us, okay, nested tuple. So this is how this works. I'll keep it to a list only. So this is how it combines. It combines based on the index. So Rahul automatically based on the index value, because Rahul is the first index in names and 90 is the first index value in the marks. So based on the index they combine. Understood? Okay. Now let's take one more example. So I'll take one list as A and I'll give 1, 2, 3. I'll take another list as uh, A, B, and C. Okay. And now what I'll do now, I'm not going to um, I'm not going to directly store it in a object, okay, and then convert it into a list. So then what I'm going to do? Then I will use a loop now. Okay, so I'll use a for loop. So for num and for letter in, and I can directly use zip here. Yes, I can directly use zip and I can iterate over simultaneously two iterables. So yes, that is also thing. First let me show you and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so first let me just show you the um what you say, the output, and then I'll will talk about it. Now you can see 1a 2b 3c. Okay, so yes, using loops also you can iterate over two or three or four or as much as iterables you want at the same time, but you have to use zip. So inside zip you can name as much as iterables, but you need to consider one thing. Okay, you need to take care of one thing, that is the number of iterables which you are taking inside zip, that much loop variable you have to take. Yeah, that is the thing. Suppose you have, suppose you are taking num and you have your iterable is ab and you are considering only num. So now you will see the output will be like this. You will get a tuple. Okay, in that tuple you will be 1a 2b 3c and then you will get ccc. Okay, so this is because of this. Okay, so that is not we want. Or let me just only print num. So now you will get a tuple here. Okay. Now you'll get a tuple. So you means separately. Now this is not separate. So if you want to make it separate, means for A iterable, you want to make it that it should be stored in a separate loop variable. And for B iterable, you want it to be storing it in a separate variable. So that you can only do it when you use two loop variables. Okay. And if you're using two loop variables, you have to print two loop variables also, or perform operations with two loop variables also. Otherwise, if you are using two iterable or three iterable, or you are keeping one you're keeping only one loop variable, so you will get it inside a tuple. Okay. So it's upon you how you want it, and it's upon the problem that what's the problem demands. uh Indu Sekhar Tripathi has some suggestion for us. She says, "Can you explain with real life examples that are used in industry so we can relate?" Of course, I can show it. Okay, wait for the moment. This is the basic series which is going on. Okay, this is the Python bootcamp for July month. Okay, and you can check out the syllabus. In the syllabus, there are topics which in future in upcoming days in which we are going to perform on industries basis also. Okay, we are going to work on APIs, we are going to perform web scraping, automation is there. So on that I'm going to show you industries in this. If I'll show you industries also, so it will you will be not able to understand, and there are many people who just who are the for learning Python for the first time. So yeah, that is the thing. But just like the day will go, just this is day 9, then in the next day we'll see oops, then we'll see the next things, then there is API automation is there, so then we'll come to the industrial use cases. Okay, so don't worry, everything will be covered, just stay tuned. Okay, and it is a step by step process, so I cannot just do it in one day everything. Okay, so yeah, and understand better. Yeah, I got your point. Okay, and I'll keep it in mind. Okay, so from the next time I'll try to do as much as more possible I can do it. Okay, beauty help, sir. If if a tail I have to access this output in reverse, so how I can reverse way? So how can I get? Suppose I want to get 90 as output. How can I? Okay, you want 90 first and Rahul later. Okay, like that. So change this. No, write marks first and write names later. Names before. Okay, so you'll get like this. Okay, I hope beauties help you got your answer. Okay, so you just change the name of the iterable. First write the name of iterable marks and then write the name of names. Okay, then write the name of the iterable names. It will work in the same manner. Okay, then you will get 91st and Rahul letter. Okay, Indu says, okay, I understand. Thank you so much. Okay, and I'll work on it. Okay, I'll work on your suggestion. So, Sylvestra is there. Sir, can you share the syllabus with us? Of course, I've already shared it, okay, in the description if it is not there. So, okay, yeah. Wait, guys, wait, I'll share you. I guess you guys are not joined on the group, on the WhatsApp channel, on the WhatsApp group. You guys should join that also, okay? Or no need to worry, I'll share it in the chat. So, here you go, okay? So, this is the syllabus. I have pinned it. Let me just pin it. You guys can check the chat, guys. Okay, in the chat I have shared you the syllabus, so you guys can go and check out the syllabus. Today is the day 9 and we are covering the left out of the day 8, and we'll come to the day 9 also. Okay, syllabus link. Okay, Mujib is also asking for syllabus. Hey Mujib, you have not joined the WhatsApp group. Why, brother? Why you have not joined? You are from the first day. You are from the first day. You are, we guys are interacting. You have also not joined it. Okay, let me share you the. I guess in the syllabus only there is the group joining link. I guess. I guess so. Yeah, on the group only. You will open the syllabus, no? You open the syllabus link. So just right above the day one, you will get the link to join the WhatsApp channel. So you can join that, okay? The WhatsApp group. So just click on that and join on it. Okay. So this is how you work on the zip with the for loop, okay? Without wasting any time, let's go and let's see the few more examples are there on zip. Okay, sir, I joined the WhatsApp group and channel also. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, why I always say to join it, because see, whenever I come live, no, so if I come live late or earlier also, so we just notify on the group first. Okay, so every information about the live sessions, everything, okay, we inform on the group. So if you are joined there, so you will have the latest news about how and when the live will be there. Okay, no, like I want to access the list of tuples output when I get 90 or any marks in the tuple. Okay. Uh, means I'm again not getting your point. Beauty self, no, I like, means like I want to access list of tuples output. So how I can get 90 or any marks in the tuple? So convert it into a tuple, no? Instead of a list, convert it into a tuple. Or you have to be more specific. I'm not getting your point. Okay, you want to access list of tuples output. So how can I get 90 or any? Okay. I got it. What you're trying to say, no? Now I got it. Okay. You want to say something like this. Okay. You want something like this. Okay. List result, and you want to access 90 separately. Okay. So then you have to first do like this. Okay. You get a type error because inside zip object you cannot do this. So first convert this. So what you can do is first you store it in make it list one. Okay. Now use print. Okay. And I have given list. Now list1 like this. Okay. And you want to access 90 separately. So write like this. Now you have access to 90 Rahul separately. Okay. And now you want to access only 90. So if you want to access only 90, so write 0. So now you can access only 90. Okay. This is what you are asking. I hope I have solved your problem. Okay. So let's go further and let's see one more example. Okay. So this is the code. Store it in some separate variable. Convert the zip. This is a zip object. Convert it into a list. Store it in a separate object. So now this list one is a list object, and then now this list one is a list. So how you perform accessing in list? Just do it in the same way. Okay. So yeah, that is there. Okay. Okay. Then, sir, I joined the WhatsApp group and channel also. Sir, I joined the group in in start of 2026. Yeah, that's why. No, you are from the day one. You are the consistent person. So that's why I was saying that why you have not joined it. Okay, Vizin, I really enjoyed this lesson. Yet I need to go now. Wish you the best luck, guys. I'll watch the recording later. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, and thank you so much for joining the session and making this session so much engaging. Okay, and yeah, sure, do watch it later. Okay, because you are going to learn. If not fully, then something you are going to learn. Okay, so do watch it. Sir, error. You write list. Yes, brother. Yes. I solved it. I solved it. I make it list one. Yeah. And actually that was not an error. That was the name. So name can be whatever you want. Although it was a mistype. I know it was a mistype, but wouldn't have given any error. Okay. If I have used the same name which I have used here, if I've used the same name here, so it will not give me error. Mute is help. Yes, exactly. So let's go to the next example. Okay. Example three, guys. Okay. Which is to now this example is a very innovative example. Okay, and I hope you guys are going to like this. Okay, because using zip we are going to do something which is very innovative. Okay, so let's do that. So we are going to create a dictionary using zip. So let's say I have a list called as key, in which I have name, I will store age, and I'll store city. Okay. Then there is values. So I have one more list for the values. I'll say, let's say, Piyush. Then I'll give age. Let's suppose my age is 29, but actually it's not 29, but I'll give a random age. And let's say I live in city Pune. Okay. So yeah, now I'll do what? Okay. Now I have to create the dictionary and I have two different lists. And using this list, I have to create a dictionary. So I'll do what? And let's say this is a, a list for a person. Okay. So person. So what I'll do, I'll write zip. Okay. And I'll combine these two. So keys and values, I'll write it. Okay. 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 Then what I will do is I will apply the dict constructor, the dictionary constructor using which you can create a dictionary. And now I'll print person. So now you'll see you get a dictionary. Name, Piyush, age, 29, city, Pune. So the first value, and if I'll change it, if I'll interchange it, so then what will happen? So then the values will become the keys and the keys will become the values, but that we don't want. So please do take care about this, because if you write the names, okay, if you write the names in different manner, no, suppose if you'll instead of keys you will write values, and instead of values if you write keys, so Python is not going to give you any error. So Python will give you the output in this: values will be and keys will be the values and values will be the name. So you have to take care of this thing, okay, so that it should follow the proper order. Okay. Um, Mujib is asking one question, sir, where we can share our projects. For your projects, I like to just say that you guys can do what you guys can just simply push your projects on GitHub. Okay, make repository for different projects and create a GitHub link, um, and share the repository link. Create one repository. Let's say name the repository as Python Bootcamp July. Okay, and now in that repository create different projects, or if not that possible, so create multiple project repositories and give me your account link, share your GitHub URL. Okay, and how you will share me your GitHub URL? Not on the chat. Okay, so what you can do, I will in few days or in the last day, okay, in some day I'll share you a Google form link in the chat. You guys can simply go and fill that form. Okay, or what I'll do, no, I'll share you the Google form link on the WhatsApp channel, on the WhatsApp group of Python Bootcamp July. So your task will be, means those who have done work with the project, you what you can do, you can push it on the GitHub, share your GitHub URL, and every option will be there. Okay, just fill the form, share it. Okay, just submit it, and I will have your every information, and I will go, and my team, there is a team, so the team will check everything. Okay, and yeah, okay, so that will be done. So this was all about the zip. Okay, uh this is how zip works. Now one more thing about zip. Okay, let me just tell you one more thing about zip uh is that, see, if you have one list which has only two elements, and if you have another list which has three elements, and you are trying to combine the 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 two lists using zip, so then what will happen if A has only two elements and B has three elements? So it's very simple. It will only go for the less amount of elements the list has. So it will only be doing till this B. It will not go for C because you don't have the third element. Okay. You don't have the third element. So, okay. Yeah, same thing. Selvan 5, same thing. I've just done it. So it will only iterate for the list which has the less number of elements. Okay, and it will only fulfill till that. Suppose it has one, so for one A, two B, it will be print. For C, it will ignore it because it has no third element. Okay, so that is the thing with zip. Zip has that limitations that it will not iterate it for the elements which has no combination. Okay, so that is the thing. I hope you guys have understood. So now we'll move to the next function. This was all about the zip. Now we'll move to the next function that is called as enumerate. Okay, so what is this enumerate? How this enumerate is used? Let's see. Let's talk about this. Uh, Beauty's help. Maybe it will throw error. No, it's not going to throw error. No, no, I showed you. No, it's not going to throw error. Indu saying, can we also look the project so I can relate it and learn something new? Yeah, sure. I'm going to show you the projects. Till day 9, there is no project in the syllabus. Okay, but in the upcoming days, you can go and check the syllabus. I've given you the link. In the upcoming days, there is few projects which I'll show you how you can create it. Okay, so yeah, so I myself will create on the live only. On the live, I'll create the projects and you guys will follow me, and you guys will also create the projects, and then you guys can share me your GitHub profile. Okay, and I'll go and check it out. So yeah, that is there. Okay, let's talk about the enumerate now. So enumerate function, it adds an index to each element in an iterable. Yeah, so the job of the enumerate function is that it adds an index to each element in an iterable. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. Uh, The job of enumerate is that only. It gives you an extra index. Okay, it gives you an extra index. So this function adds an index to each element. Okay, in an iterable. So what will be the syntax? So syntax is very simple, just like the other. You have to write enumerate, then you have to write the iterable name. Okay, then you have to write the iterable name, and you can mention the start also, from which index value you want to start. So by default it is 0. You can change it to 1 or whatever value you want. Okay, and yeah, that's it. Let's see few examples and it will be more clear for you guys. So let's create a list for fruits. Okay, so I'll create a list for fruits. Let's say I'll say apple is there. Then there is let's say store banana. Let's say store mango. Okay. So for index and fruit in enumerate, and I'll write my iterable name here. That is fruits. Do what? Print the index. Okay. So I'll use f string. I'll say print the index, and along with the index, print the fruit, print the each fruit also. Okay, I'll close the print, and this is how I'll get it. Okay, so 0 1 2, so I get this. Okay, and you can use the start also. Okay, so start equals to, obviously it's getting starting from 0, so I'll change it to 1. So now it will start from 1, so indexing will start from 1. Okay, but indexing starts from 1, but it does not mean that apple is also present at 1. No, by default indexing in Python it starts from 0 only. Okay, so if you have to change this value from apple to something else, okay, in the list, I'm talking about in the list, so it is 0 only. You just to show to just show that, okay, what is the index value and all, you have just make the changes. Okay, that's why the by default enumerate also take it by default 0 only. Okay, enumerate also takes by default 0 only. So if I'll not put start equals anything, no, so by default it starts from 0 only. But sometimes people get confused when they start from 0. Okay, so they don't get that how many total number of elements are present and that kind of information. So that's why few people like to start from 1, so that they should get the exact number. Okay, and they understand that, so they do like this. Okay, okay. Which other sends you which other sends to you? Indu, I don't know what you're trying to say. Which other sends to you? Can we also look at the project? Can I relate it and learn something new? Which other sends to you? I didn't get you. Coding says if you don't have GitHub account, so it's very simple. I'll show you how to create it. When I'll tell you, no, when I'll give you the Google Form link in that class only, or when when we'll go on the project, no, on that day only I'll teach you how to create a GitHub account and how to create a repository, how to push your code to GitHub and all everything. So don't worry. I'll tell you. Narayan Swami will S. I don't know because I am new in all this link in IT. It's okay, brother. I'm there. I'm there. Don't worry. Everything I'll not do it from I'm assuming that everyone here is a beginner. Okay, so if I'll do something, I do everything from scratch. Okay, because I understand, means I am from this background, but I understand that people who are not from this background, because see, you will be in some field, some different field, and if I go to your field, so obviously I will be a newbie. I'll also be not knowing everything, so I have to, means I have to think like that, no? So I you don't need to worry, I'll take care of everything. Okay, Narayan Swami says I'm also not have any GitHub account. Don't worry, brother, don't worry. When the time will come, I'll teach you everything. Your job is to just be consistent, just come daily live, or if you're not able to join in live, so please watch it later on. Okay, your job is that only. Rest of the things leave it to me based on the syllabus. Whatever the things which are not mentioned also in the syllabus, but that is very much beneficial and that's going to come in. Okay, and if I'm using that thing, I am going to tell you from the scratch, so don't need to worry. That is, means I guess you guys are new. If you have joined my earlier April bootcamp, means April bootcamp and May bootcamp, so you guys will know me that this is how I work. Okay, so yeah, no need to worry. Okay, uh, let's take one more example. Okay, so let's say I have students. Okay, let's say students. These are my favorite students. That's why I always take these names only. Okay, now Mujib is also my favorite student. So no, no, it's not like that. There is no favoritism here. Okay, I like everyone. So yeah. Now I have to give roll numbers for all the students. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply use this enumerate. Okay, and I'll give my iterable name, that is students, and then I'll use this start. Now let's say the roll number is starting from 101. It's not starting from 1 or it's not starting from 0. So you can do that also. It's not compulsory that you will start from 0 or 1. You can start from whatever, okay, number you want to. So let's say roll and then write student. So now the indexing will start from 101, 102, 103. Okay. So in this way you can go, means if there are a few more students, so for them also the indexing will be done. Okay. So it is not compulsorily that the start will always start from 0 by default, or you can change it to 1. No, you can start it from 2. You can start it from 101. You can start it from 1001. Okay. So it's like that. So yeah, this is how it works. Okay, now the next topic is okay, sir. Yes, sir. Master Tech Automotive. When are we to start with the projects? I guess, brother, in day 12. Okay, I have not seen the syllabus. I don't go through the syllabus. Uh, I just remember the day, and whenever I have to come live, I just check out that particular day topics and I just start. Okay, so I've not seen it, but I assume it that in day 14 or 15 there will be one, means when check it out on the syllabus. Okay, I don't remember it, but when the topic is of API and web scraping, okay, so then we'll see one project, okay, in each topic. So yeah, we'll try to create something. Okay, we'll try to create with backend. So because we are talking about APIs, obviously there will be a backend. So with that, we'll try to do something very nice. Okay, using forms and all everything. In forms, we'll put values, and from that value, in forms, we'll put the values, and from that values, we'll get everything. Okay, so we'll fill the value and we'll get it in our backend. So that kind of thing will do it. Enumerate numbers start 8. Should I start it from 8? So it will start from 8, 9, 10. Okay. Day 14. Yeah, I don't remember the day. Okay. But whatever the day is, we'll start at that day. Okay. I guess you guys like projects. People get very excited when we talk about projects. I'm assuming that. And that is a good way also, because if you want to learn something, projects are the very good way. Try to build something. Okay. Because when you build it, you use all the things which you have learned till now, till date. Okay. So yeah, that is here. Okay, list comprehension, guys. Okay. Next topic is list comprehension. Now, this is a very important topic for Python, especially because in Python we have list, but there is one more way of list comprehension is basically it provides a concise way to create a list. Okay, in a very small way, we can create a list. Okay, based on conditions, based on some different values. Okay, so that is list comprehension. On day 14, APIs with Python request, module REST APIs, JSON response build API based application. Yeah, that will be there. We'll cover it. Don't worry. Okay. Okay. So just wait for day 14 and we'll do everything. Okay. You want me to give -8? Selvan, you want me to give -8? Let me just give you -8. So what's the problem? So -8, -7, -6. So what's the problem? It's correct. Oh, you was thinking that it will go from -8, -9, -10 like that. Why it's not going like that? Because you are starting from a negative value, no? That's why. Indexing starts from smaller value to a greater value. So -8 is not a smaller. -7 is means -8 is smaller value. -7 is a bigger value. Okay. So it's going from negative to positive side. Okay. A bigger negative value to a lower negative value. It will always go towards the zero. And if you're going on the positive side, so it will always go away from the zero. Okay. So it's like that. Okay. Now it's clear. So now let's talk about list comprehension, guys. Okay. And then after that, we'll start the content of day 9 because we have not seen the content of day 9 yet. So when we say list comprehension, then what we talk about? So there is expression. Okay. Or okay, I'm just directly going to the syntax. Let me just first write about the list comprehension. Now, list comprehension, guys, in one single line, if I have to tell you, it provides a very concise way to create a list. Okay, so it provides a concise way to create a list. Okay, and syntax for this is what will be the syntax? Now I want you guys to just stay focused, huh? Because because this is what if you guys will not pay attention, if you guys will be distracted, so then I can bet on it that you guys will not understand. Yeah, surely. Because I've seen, this is my experience. Whenever I take this topic, people get confused. Okay, so that's why I'm taking this topic in day 9. I would have taken this topic in when I have started list only in day 4 or 5. But I have taken this topic in day 9 after functions, after lambda, after zip, and after everything, because those things comes to use in this list comprehension. That's why I thought that first the things which comes to use in list comprehension, first let's teach them to you, and then we'll come to the list comprehension, because to learn list comprehension there should be a maturity in programming. And I hope, because this is the day 9, so you guys have built some maturity in programming. Now you guys understand the syntax and how it works, so then it will be easy for you guys. Okay. Now syntax. Based on the syntax, first of all, when you talk about list comprehension, so whatever you are going to do inside the square braces. Okay, so this is the first syntax which you guys have to remember, that whatever you are doing, you have to do it inside the square braces, because list is inside the square braces only. List is created inside the square braces. That is the syntax of list. And if you are doing list comprehension, so it will be inside this square braces only. Okay. Then it starts from the expression. So first you write your expression. Now, what do you mean by expression? It is the same expression, just like you do it in the lambda. In the lambda function, I've told you about the expression. No, that expression is nothing but what you want to do, or what you want. That is called as the expression. Okay. Suppose you want only x, means suppose you want only the values. So you do that. Suppose you want the numbers, square of numbers. So you, for that, you write the expression for that. Okay. So I'll tell you how to write the expression. First, understand the syntax. So first you write the expression. Expression is also called as the output. Okay. Now if I write output, so I guess you guys will understand expression or output, what you want. Expression means here what you want. Okay. And output also you can say it. Then you will start a loop. So for item in your iterable, okay, and this is your iterable. So this is how this works. Okay. Okay. So for expression or output for item in iterable, and this is the syntax of a list comprehension. Now let me show you one example. Okay. A very simple example, so that it will be very easy for you guys to just understand. Okay. So I'll do what? I want to create a list of squares. I want to create a list of squares. Okay. So let's do it. Initially, if I have to create a list of squares, so what I can do? I can first create a normal list till the range. Let's say if I have to create a list of squares for five numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I can do? First, I can create a list for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can use loop, or then I can use lambda function or map, and I can apply it, and then I can convert it, the map object, into a list. And then I'll have a list of squares, okay, of that range. But we can just directly create a list only. We can just directly create a list of squares directly using the list comprehension, because using list comprehension you create a list based on conditions. Okay. And this is the concise way, in very simple way. So I have to do the square. So first of all, what I have to give? First of all, I have to give the expression. So what should be my expression, guys? Tell me. Expression will be the square. Okay. So let's assume x is my element. X is my single element. Okay. X is my single element. I'm denoting x as my single element. And I have to do the square of x. So I'll use the exponential operator. X exponential operator 2. Now, what is the next thing? I have to iterate through a loop. So for item in iterable. Okay. So let's say for now x is my what? X is my current element. It denotes the elements. So here it means x is the loop variable. So I'll iterate using x only. Now whatever the in expression I'm using the name, the same name I'm use it to iterate over. Okay. I cannot use some different name. Otherwise it will give me an error. So for x in range, and let's set the range. So I want the square of numbers from 1 to 5. So I'll write the range 1 comma 6. I'll print squares. Okay, I'll print squares, and I'll get a list of squares from 1 to 5. Okay, this is list comprehension. Okay, now you guys have understood. Any confusion, I can again repeat it. So let me know now. Mujib says, "Sir, I have some work. I'll watch the recording." Yeah, sure, brother. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, okay, and do watch the recording, because there are very important topics which I'm going to cover. Exactly, faster than loop. Exactly. Okay. So I assume everyone have understood this. Okay. Everyone has understood this? No problem. Sir, loop we have to give, I mean range and all. Yes, loop and range, these things we have to give, but in a single line. But in a single line. Coding says I got the process. Very nice, very good. Beauty's help. So you have to give the loop and you have to give the range here. Why you have to give the range and why you have to give the loop? Because see, you have to generate the sequence, no? Without where you are going to apply this expression. So you need a sequence for that. And how to apply it on every element? So for that you need a loop. Okay. Narayan Swami, Bire, yes sir. Yeah. So I got you guys have understood. So let's see one more program on list comprehension. Okay. So now the next example will be for, let's say, uh, creating even numbers, creating a list of even numbers. So even numbers list. Okay. So what I can do, let's create even. Let's take the square braces and I want only the numbers. Okay. So I'll take X because I don't, means expression in expression, I want only the even numbers, means I only want the number. I don't want to square it, cube it, multiply it, divide it, nothing. I only want the number. But that number will be based on what? It should be a even number. So there is a condition. So for that also there is a different way. Let me show you. So for X, first of all, what output I want? I want only a number. So that's why I keep only X. Then I have to iterate. So for X in range 1 to 11 means I want even numbers, all the even numbers between 1 to 10. So that's why I've written 1 to 11. And then I have to now check that if the number means till now what we are doing, till now I want X and I'm iterating over all the numbers from 1 to 10. But I'm not checking for even number. I want only the even number. No. So I'll do what? Now I'll give a condition. If X modulus 2 equals to 0. Now, when I'll go and when I'll print even, so now you will see, you will get a list of all the even numbers between 1 to 10. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are all the even numbers between 1 to 10. So I'm getting that. Okay, I'm getting that. So this is how you work. This is how you do it. Got it? So yeah, this is one thing. Okay, so now what is different in this example is we have added a condition, and based on this condition, this X is getting filtered. Okay, so ideally it is iterating over all the elements, but all the elements is getting checked using the conditional statement. And if the current X is divisible by 2 and the remainder is equals to 0, means if it is an even number, then only that number is getting printed or getting added on the list. Otherwise it will not get added. Coding even equals to X for X in range 1 to 11 if X, yeah, correct brother, totally correct, your code is correct. Very nice, very good. So this is how you do it, this is how you work on it. Okay. uh, then one more thing is there. Let's say you have names, let's say you have already a list. Okay, the same example which we have taken with map, which we have done it with map, the same example we can do it using list comprehension also. Okay, you have a name list. Okay, now you have to create a new list called as upper, in which all the names element like Rahul, Priya, Amit, they should be in uppercase. So how we can do that? Take the square braces, take name dot upper. Okay, take name dot upper for name in names. Now the iterable is changed from range to this iterable. Okay, and that's it. Let's print upper and you will get Rahul, Priya, Amit in uppercase. It's just so simple. So what we did, first we write out the output. What output we want? We want only the name, but in uppercase. So we, now this name is a string object. This is going to be a string object because you are going to iterate over a string only. So by default, you will use this. And whatever the name you have used, now you have to use the same name to iterate over your names list. Okay. So from a existing list, we have created a new list called as upper, and in which we are doing the converting the names in uppercase. Okay, so this is how the list comprehension works, and this is how you can do list comprehension. Beauty's help X for X in this is ऐसा ऐसे नहीं लिख सकते because first we uh, ऐसा नहीं लिख सकते because first we get output from condition of even and next if I give list. Yes, we cannot write the condition at first, okay, because for the expression should be at the first. That is the syntax. So we have to follow the syntax, okay? We have to follow the syntax. Okay. Then the next topic is about the dictionary comprehension. Okay, guys. The next topic is about the dictionary comprehension. Again, in dictionary also we can do the dictionary comprehension. Okay. So let's see how we can do that. Okay. So dictionary comprehension is also, I'll not say it's hard, but the structure becomes very complex, but actually it's very easy. Okay. Just like how you, because in list there is single element. So we use single element, but in dictionary there are a pair, there is a key and the value. So we work on a pair. It's very simple. Okay. So let's talk about now dictionary comprehension. So dictionary in dictionary comprehension also, it creates a dictionary in a single line. Okay. Just like the list comprehension. If we talk about the syntax of this, if we talk about the syntax of this, so it's very simple. Just like how in the list we were doing it, the output we write first. So same thing, key and value will write first, then we'll write for item in and your iterable name. It means your dictionary name, okay, or any other thing, okay, and that's it. So you have to give the now you have to give the output in two ways. First you give the key and then you'll give the value. Okay, okay. You guys will not understand until I'll give a example. So let me give you or let me show you an example. Okay, I want to create a squares dictionary. It means in this dictionary, what should ideally happen now? It should show like this: one and one square is one. Then it should show two, and it should show two square is four. Means whatever the key is, the value will be the square of that key. So if the key is three, the value will be the square of three. If the key is four, so value will be the square of 4, that is 16. So in this order we want to create a dictionary, okay, using dictionary comprehension. So how we can do that? Just in one line you can do it, guys. Just in one line we can do it. How? Let me show you. So first we have to write the key. Key is my x. Then I have to write the value. Value is what? Value is the square of that key. So how to give a square of? What is my key? My key is my x. So square of the key is x exponential operator 2. Simple as that. And then iterate over the loop. So for x in range, for x in range 1 comma 6, okay, print a square and you get like this. Okay, so you get a dictionary of squares. Okay, it's that simple. Is that simple? Okay, now in the same program, now let's see the even program. Okay, now even program, what we can do, we will do what? We will only have the squares of the even numbers. Okay, we will only have the squares of the even numbers. Okay, same thing, same thing, just like the list. Everything is same, just here we are working on a key value pair. So what we want? We want squares of numbers, so just to do that. Okay, for x in range, everything will be same, everything will be same. Just change the range from 1 to 11 and I'll give the condition. Everything is same, everything is same, just we have changed output. The expression is changed how we wanted it. Otherwise everything is same. You can see x for x in range, this same thing we are using here, just the expression is changed, just the expression is changed. And let's just print even square. So you can see you are getting only for 2, you are getting only for 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so you are getting only for the even numbers, you are getting the squares. Okay, this is how you check it, this is how you work upon it. Okay, now Let's write the next program, that is to check the length of each word. Okay, so this will actually look like this. Okay, it should be actually like this. Suppose you have a word called as Python, so the value will be the length of Python. Okay, so let's say Python has 6 letters, so it will give you 6. Okay, like this. This is what we want to create. So let's say I'll create a word first. I'll create a iterable words. I'll store Python. I'll store Java. I'll store JavaScript. Okay, and now I have to check the length. So I'll use the curly braces, and then I'll say first word is my key, and then length of that word. Okay, that is what I wanted. This word is my key, and length of that word is my value. And for word in words, that's it. Print length, print length, and that's it. You will get the output. It's so simple. It's so simple. You don't need to do anything. It's that much simple. Okay. So this is how dictionary comprehension works. Okay. I hope you guys have understood. And with this, guys, we have ended the day 8. Okay. With this, we have ended the day 8. Okay. So now we'll come to day 9. So again, I guess more 30 minutes or 40 minutes will take. So I just hope you guys are enjoying it and you guys are very interested in it. Okay, because day 9 is it's very easy. In day 9 we are just going to create modules. We are going to see how different modules you can, in different ways you can import a module, and I'll show you how you can create your own module also. Yes, you can create your own customized module in which you can keep your own customized functions, and you can use it in a different file. So it's so nice. You can create, means suppose for your own project, you can create your own modules and you can work it. And in building projects, believe me, this is a very important thing, to create your own module and use it in some different files. That's very, means for databases, for everything, for databases integration, for working with any other AIs and all. You need to do this. Okay, you need to create a separate file for them, that will be called as a module, and then you use functions from there. Okay, in your main file. And this is how projects are built. So yeah, suppose you have to apply a testing module, so first you will create a test module, and then that test module you will use it in your main file and you apply the test cases. So this is how real time we work. So day 9 is very much interesting, so stay tuned up. We'll going to start the day 9 content. So let's start with the first topic, that is we talk about the import statement. Okay, so in import, what is the role of the import statement? First of all, let's talk about this. So the import statement is used to include code from another module into your current Python program. This is the use of the import statement. Okay, with the help of import statement, instead of writing all the code in one file, Python allows you to organize functionality into modules. Okay, let me show you the syntax, then it will be more easy for you guys. Okay, import, and then you have to write your module name. Okay, or there are different ways. It's not the first way, there are different ways of doing this. Or there is one more approach also. You can write from, then you can write the module name, and then you can write import, and you can write the function name which you particularly want to, the function name which you want to import. Okay, so now this is the syntax, this is how this works. These two are the syntax, and there are many more ways. Let me show you each way one by one, and it will be more clear for you. And importing, in this, by importing also, I'll tell you, I'll just explore few more modules also. Just like that, we'll explore some math module. So there is a built-in math module present in Python, and how you are going to use that math module. So you have to just import it. Okay, you have to just write import, and the name of the module is math, and just that. Is that simple. And then this math module has different functions. Let's say it has a function for doing the square root. It has some other functions also. It has some functions for doing the factorial. So Python has everything, you don't need to create anything. There is already a built-in factorial method present in the math module, you need to just use it. Okay, so now you'll see you get the square root of 25 5, you will get the factorial of 5 as 120. Okay, and this is how you import a module. So math is the name of the module and you use the import. Okay, so this was example 1. Okay, so let me just be more specific. This was example 1, in which we just importing the math module. Okay, in which we are just importing the math module. Then Selvin says thank you so much, brother. Then there is the next example. In the next example, I'll show you that how you can import only specific functions from a module. Okay, only specific functions, not every function, because when you like this, no, import math, so you need to call math every time. You need to write math every time. Okay, if you are going to use any function from this math module, you need to call math every time. You need to write math.sqrt, math.factorial, math.fibonacci, and math.everything. Okay, that is what you have to do. But in example 2, I'll tell you how you can import only specific functions. How you can import only specific functions. Okay, so let's see that. So you can have to write from, then your module name, that is math, and then you write import. And let's say you want to import sqrt and you want to import the factorial. Now you want to import only these two functions. Okay, so now when you'll try to use these functions, so then you don't need to use math. Okay, math.sqrt, no, you can just directly write sqrt. Then again, if you have to use factorial, so now you don't need to write math.factorial, you can directly write factorial. Okay, so now you will see 64, you get 8, and the function will do its task. But you don't need to write math every time because you are specifically importing only these two methods. And now one more thing, if you'll try to use some other method, suppose some other method of math here, so that will be not possible to use it because you are mentioning specifically from math import these two. So only these two are functions which you have imported from math. Rest of the library you have not imported it. Okay, Narayan Swami, sir, I have some work, so I'll watch recorded classes. Sure, brother, but do watch the recorded classes because um this topic is very important. It is totally based on projects. Okay, how you create a project, how you deal with a project. So yeah, do watch it. I guess I took live very late. I guess now it's above 2 hours now. Not 2 hours. I started at 6:30. It's 8:23. So in 10 minutes it will be 2 hours, and in more 20 or 30 minutes we'll finish the session. So yeah, stay tuned up, guys. Okay, just because this is something important which is going to come. So yeah. So this is how you import a specific function. Okay. Okay. Now in example 3, I'll show you. Okay, sure. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for joining and making this session so much engageful. Thank you. In example 3, I'll show you how you can import a module using an alias. Now, what is an alias? An alias is just like a pet name, just like if my name is Piyush. So in home, someone calls me as PP. Okay, so it's my pet name. So it's just like that. Okay, so how you give a pet name to a library, to a module, we'll see that. Okay, so let's say we are using math module. I can give a pet name to math as M. So import math as M. So what is the need of this? First of all, what is the need of this? The need of this is that instead of writing math every time, sorry for that, instead of writing math every time, now you have to write only M. Okay, so it will save your time. Let's say if I have to import the value of pi, so what I'll do, M dot pi. If we have to import the sqrt method, so I'll just write M dot sqrt. Okay, okay, and this is how this works. So pi is getting printed, 7 is getting here. So instead of writing the math, I have imported this math as M. Okay, so instead of writing math, I will write only M. Okay, so I'm giving an alias name, I'm giving a pet name to my module math. Okay, so this is how you import it. Now I'll do what? I'll just write all the ways in which you can import, okay, a module. Okay, so here is the syntax, and here I'll keep the description. Okay, so first is import math. Okay, and in this you imports the entire module at once. Okay, import the entire module at once. Then there is from math. Okay, import suppose some specific function. If there are multiple functions, then give comma. Okay, like this. So this means what? This means that it imports only sqrt, which means specific functions. Specific functions. Okay, then you have from math import asterisk. Okay, this means now from math import asterisk means what? Asterisk means everything. So this means everything imports everything, and this is not recommended. Why this is not recommended? Because this will consume more space. This will consume more space on the primary memory because you are importing everything. Now you need everything because in math module there are many methods, there are many functions present. Do you require all the functions? If you require all the functions, then go ahead. But I don't means I'm not sure that anyone need all the functions at all. Okay. So if you require all the functions from the math module, import everything. So how you will import everything? From math import asterisk. Otherwise, import math as M. That's it. Then imports using as alias. So this is give you a pet name. Import using alias. Okay. So this is how this works. Okay. This is how this works. So these are all the different ways you can import. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Now let's talk about few built-in modules which are present in Python. Okay. So we'll talk about each one of them one by one. So let's talk about the built-in modules. Now it's not possible for me to explore, means to just give you explanation of all the modules because all these modules have several functions and all the functions have different use cases. Okay. So with the classes will go on, we will use some of the modules and some of the functions based on these modules. So you guys will have an idea. Okay, and if you guys want to explore means specifically you guys want to explore few of the modules, so you guys can go and check it out on the python package python.org. You can go and check all the means you will get the names of all the functions. Okay, can we get the notebook, sir? Yes, sir, you can get the notebook. I'll upload it on my GitHub repository. Okay, so you guys can go and check it out there. Okay, so yeah, why not? What I'll do this of this notebook is for you guys only. So yeah, let me write the module and I'll write the use cases of that module. Okay, the purpose of that modules, so that you guys can go and later on if you want to explore it, you guys can explore it. So there is one name called as math module. This is used for with the name only it suggests it is used for mathematical functions. So all the type of mathematical functions as present in this. Then there is a random module which is used for generate random values. Okay, then there is date time module which is very useful. Okay, you guys could should go and explore this. Okay, or I'll also explore it in apis and all. Okay, or web scraping, I am also going to use it. Then there is os module. Okay, os is for operating system, so it's related to operating system. Okay, this module is related to operating system function. So all the functions related to os, okay, that you will find it in this. Then there is sys, that is system module. So again, um, python interpreted informations you will get over here. So all the python interpreter functions you will get it over here. Then there is one module called as statistics. Okay, yes, there is one module called as statistics. In this you will get all the statistical calculations. Okay, Okay, all the statistical calculation functions you'll get in this. Then there is one module called as time. Okay, so all the time related, okay, all the time related functions you will get in this. Then there is calendar. This display is the calendar. Okay, this displays the calendar. Then there is at last, now there are many modules. I'm not saying this is the last module, but frequently which are used, I'm just writing them. Okay, so read and write. Okay, JSON data. For that, this is used JSONify. If you guys know it, JSONify and all these are the functions present in this JSON module. Okay, so yeah, that is there. We have already seen the math module, but again, I'll just show you how you're going to import math. And let me just show you few functions from the math. We have already seen and talked about this, but again I'll show you math.sqrt. Let's say t1. Then what are the next functions if I remember? Okay, yeah, one more function is there called as factorial. Let's say factorial of 5. You want to know the factorial of 5. Then okay, yeah, one more beautiful function, power. Yes, I remember power. This is also like the exponential operator. Okay, JB Growth Hub. Hello. Hello, brother. Welcome to the stream. Now, this is a power method which is used to give power to first parameter is take is the base, second parameter is the exponential, and this is how it looks like. Okay. So yeah, this is the math module. Let me just give you a explanation of all the modules. So let me just show you about random module also. Okay. So in random module, first of all, let's import random. Okay. Then print. Uh, I'll show you one of the things in random. There is a function called as randint. There are many functions, but there is a function called as randint in which you can give a limit. Let's say a range from 1 to 10. Now it will generate a random value each time. You can see I'm executing it continuously and it continuously gives a random value. Okay. Yeah, so this is one of the functions of the random module. There are many functions. There is one function called as rand only. That function is used to create floating point random values from 0 to 1. Okay, so you guys can go and explore it. Okay. Uh, one more function is there in random. Let me just show you. Let's say you have fruits. Let's say you have a list of fruits: apple, banana, or cherry. Okay, so you have a fruit list. Okay, now from this fruit list you want to make a random choice. So how you can make a random choice? So for that you need to just use fruits dot, there is a function called as choice in this random. Okay, but for that I guess, okay, I'm not writing it in, I need to use random dot choice, and inside the choice I have to write my iterable name, that is fruits. Okay, now it randomly make a choice. Okay, so you can see sometimes it gives banana, sometimes it's cherry, sometimes it makes a random choice of apple. Okay, so this is also one of the method of random. Okay, choice, which makes a random choice for you. Okay, and this is very much used in games and all, where you have to randomly do something. Okay, the next module which you guys can explore is the date time. Okay, this is also a very nice module, date time module. I'll show you how you have to import it. Just write import date time. Okay, and let's say you want to know about today. So what you'll do, create an object called as today, use date time dot date time dot now. Okay, and that's it, print today. Okay, so this is used for timestamp whenever you have to store timestamp in your database using Python and all. Okay, or for logs, for maintaining the logs, whenever you have to create a log file. Okay, for testing purpose. So then this is how you can use the timestamp. Okay, today. Now it gives you the date, it gives you the time, it gives you the second also. So yeah, it's nice. Then let me show you about the time module. Okay, how to work with the time module. I have used the time module in one of the programs, but time module helps you uh, pause the timing, and there are multiple functions in the time module also. You guys can go and explore it. Let's say starting. Okay, I'll do like this, and then I'll do what? I'll give a sleep of 3 seconds. Okay, so I'll give a sleep of 3 seconds to my system. So now what will happen now? Finished. I'll say finished. Now when I'll execute it, you will see starting is there, then it will wait for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and after 3 seconds you'll get finished. Okay, I'll again execute it, starting after 3 seconds you'll get finished. Okay, you can set it to 5. So this is used to give a sleep. Okay, so this is one of the functions called as sleep, which will pause your execution for that second, that number of seconds. So this program pauses for 3 seconds. Okay. Then there are many modules. Then there is a calendar module, okay, which you can just import like this calendar, okay. And let's say you have to print the calendar of this month. This is July month, okay. So calendar dot month, okay, and you have to specify the year and the month. So let's say 2026. What is the month? 7 month. So now you'll get the calendar of 7 month, means July month, okay. You can change it to 2025, so you get the calendar month of July of 2025. You can change it to 1885, so now you are getting the calendar month of 1885. Okay, you can change it to 1245, so now you'll get the calendar month of 1245. So now I don't know why I have written 1245. Now literally I don't know. Means you guys understood, no? You can give the year as the first parameter, you can give the month as the second parameter, and it will display you the calendar for whatever the year and the month you have selected. So I have selected 1245, so it gives me July 1245, July month's calendar. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. Yeah. Then there is this OS module. Okay. Um, OS module is related to the operating system. So you have to import it. And then there is one function which I use it whenever in automation, most of the people use it. That or whenever you are working on a project and you want to know your current working directory. So then there is a function for that. That is get CWD, means get current working directory. And when you print it, you will get the current working directory, and you can see C users, this OneDrive, and there is a folder called as July Python Bootcamp, and in that folder I am using it. Okay. Then there is this system module. Okay, so let's just see the system module also. So there are many functions in these modules. Okay, so you guys can go and explore it with your own. Okay, let's see the system version. So now this gives us that I am using 3.13.5. Okay, packaged by Anaconda Incorporation, main, and then it gives me the whole date and everything. Okay, what is the version of my Python interpreter? So this is the version of a Python interpreter, and provider is Anaconda, and these are the informations which you can see. Okay, so this gives me all the information about the Python interpreter. Okay, system. So yeah, this is how we work. Okay, this is how we need to do. Okay, now guys, okay, now one more thing is there. Now we'll see how we can create our own module. So now we'll see how to create. Now till now what we have seen is built-in modules. Now the most important part which we work on a project, when you see it, how to create our own module. Okay, so how you are going to create our own module. So for that, now I need to go to my VS Code. Okay, so now I'll go to my VS Code. Okay, so let me just go there. So I'll do what? I'll just, yeah. Okay, so I hope my guys, let me know if my VS Code terminal, if my VS Code is visible to you guys. Just let me know, guys. Let me know which window you are able to see. Are you guys able to see the VS Code window? Okay, I guess it is visible. Please, 16 people are watching. Just let me know. You guys can see my VS Code terminal screen or not. Yes, can see. Okay, okay. So I have already told you guys, I mean, I have shown in the day one only how you are going to install VS Code and how you're going to download Python and how you're going to use in Python in VS Code. Okay. So I've opened the same directory as you can see, the same directory where I've used the Jupyter notebook. Okay. So I'm using the same directory. Okay. And now I'll show you how you can create your own module. Okay. So I just want you guys to create a new file. Let's name the file as calculator.py. Okay. So, and one more thing, you need to, whenever you are creating your own module, so extension will be .py. You cannot keep the extension as .ipynb. No, the extension should be .py. And that's it, calculator.py. And you will just write, I'll just create few functions here. So I'll just create one function for addition. I'll take two parameters, a and b, and I'll just return a plus b. Then there is def sub. Then I create one function for subtract, and I'll return a minus b. Okay. So I've created two functions, okay, called as calculator.py. You guys can create more functions. You can create functions for multiply. See, I am getting the suggestion also. My AI is giving me suggestions. So you can create one function for multiply, one function for divide, one function for modulus, one function for square root, one function for doing square, one function for factorial, one function for Fibonacci. Means for everything you can create a function and you can keep it in calculator.py, or you can create different. Okay. Now, the most important thing is you have created a calculator.py, you have stored two functions, how you are going to use it. Okay. So this was the step one. Step two is how to use it. Okay. So for using it, I'll create one more file and I'll name it as main.py. Okay. So I'll create a file main.py. And one more thing, it not necessarily you will name your file as calculator.py. Okay. It's upon you. Whatever name module you want to create, whatever name file you want to create, you can create it. Okay. Then what you have to do, just write import calculator. Okay. So whatever the name of your file was, your name of your file was calculator. So in whatever file you want to use this, just write the name of that file. So import and the name of your file, that is calculator. And that's it. That's it. Then directly use print, or if you want to store it in some variable, you can store it. Okay. Write calculator dot add, and your add function takes two parameters. So give two parameter 1020. Then same thing you can do it over here. And I like my VS Code because I don't need to write in that much in VS Code. I have many shortcuts I have assigned in my VS Code. So I just do that and you just do the copy paste thing for me. Okay. And let's just execute this and let's just see the output. So now you can see the output, guys. Okay. Let me just make it a little big. So you can see add gives us 30 and subtract gives us 15. Okay. So this calculator is present in this particular file. Okay. And in main we are using it. So this is how it's very simple. No, create one file with .py extension, name the file whatever you want, create functions in that. Okay. Then create one more file, import that file here, and using that file call the functions. And if you are taking parameters, so use that parameter, give the parameters, and it will do your task, do your job. So this is how this works. Okay. Now tell me how many of you like this. Okay. Now one more thing. What if you want to import only specific functions? So everything you can do it. Everything you can do it. Let's say if you want to import only specific functions. Okay. You want to import only specific functions. Let's say you want to only import from calculator add. So how you'll write it? From calculator import add. That's it. Okay. and then you will just simply print, just like you do it in the built-in module, you will do it over here also. Just like how you do it in the built-in module, in the same way we do it over here. Okay, let's execute this. Now we'll get 5 plus 7 is 12, you will get 12. Okay, again, if you want to import it using an alias, means suppose you don't want to write calculator, you want to write instead of calculator, let's say you want to write Kelsey, so you can just do Kelsey. Okay, so now how you'll use it, instead of writing calculator, you will use Kelsey dot, let's say this time use it subtract, let's say subtract and 10 minus 4. Let's execute this. Now you'll get 6. Okay, so now you're getting 6. So this is how this works. Okay, uh, now let's just talk about uh, now let's just talk about it. Why to create modules? Why to create modules? And this is a very simple way you can create a module. I hope you guys have understood. Okay, why to create modules, guys? Okay, creating a module do what? It helps you in reusing the code. It helps you in reusing the code. Okay, reuse the code. How you can reuse the code? See, I've already told you, you create your own modules, because for all the tasks there is already a module. But when you create your own projects, when you develop your own application, so then the situation is not ideal. You have to, means you have your own ideas, you have your own implementation techniques. So for that you need your own modules, your own customized functions. Okay, suppose you have to integrate with the database, let's say PostgreSQL. Okay, so what you will do, you can just separately create a module where you can create that file for especially for PostgreSQL, and all the functions for retrieving function, retrieving with a selection, uh, inserting function, deleting function, modifying function, every function you can create in that file. And whenever you use it on your main file, means whenever you feel that you have to insert in the database or you have to delete from the database, you can just import that file here, import that module here, and then you can call those functions. Okay, and it will make your task easy. So that is the thing. Then it organizes what you say, it organize the large projects. Okay, it organize the large projects. Okay, it reduce duplication. Otherwise you have to, for the, if suppose if the same code you need it in two different files, so what you need to do, in the two different files you'll write two times. Otherwise you can create a module and just call the, import the module name there and just call the functions. Okay, it makes the easier maintenance, it makes maintenance easy. Then there is better readability is also there. You're writing less code, so better readability is there. So this is how this works. Okay, this is how this works. Okay, okay. Now guys, now we are going to, okay, let in this only, now we'll talk about the pip. Okay, what is pip? So pip stands for pip install packages. Okay, so pip itself stands for pip install packages. It means Python install packages. um, it is a Python package manager which is used to install third-party libraries from the Python package index, that is pypy. Let me just write it about this. What is pip? Okay, because now afterwards we are going to use many things like this. So it is a Python's, it is the Python package manager. Okay, which is used to install third-party libraries from the Python package index. Okay, that is also known as PYPI, Python package index. Okay, now in this is pip. Okay, and how to check the version of pip? So if you want to check the version of pip, write pip dash dash version. in the terminal. Okay, so write in the terminal, go in the VS Code terminal and write pip dash dash version. If this pip shows you, it means Python is installed and you can work correctly. Now you can see my VS Code is using 3.12, but my Jupyter notebook was of 3.13 version. Okay, so this is how this works. Okay, now how to install packages using pip. Okay, so let me just again show you pip version. Okay, and let's say if I have to import the request module, so how I import the request module? So you have to write pip install requests. Okay, so first you'll write pip, then you'll write install, and then you'll write the package name. That is, let's say in my case it is request, so I'll write request and press enter. And you should be connected with the internet. So in my case it says requirement already satisfies, because I work a lot in this, so that's why I have already this. Okay, what if you have to use if you have to install multiple, what if you have to install multiple packages, multiple modules at once? So you can write like this. Okay, giving a space pip install numpy, then space pandas, and then space matplotlib, like this. Okay, so in my case it will say requirement already satisfies because I already have it. Okay, so because of that, so no need to worry about this. Now if you want to install something, uninstall something, uninstall. Okay, so you have to write uninstall and then requests. Okay, now I'll not execute this because I don't want to uninstall request, because it just unbalances my working libraries structure. Okay, so I don't want to mess up with that because I'm working on multiple projects, so I don't need to mess with that. So you have to, whenever you have to uninstall, you have to write uninstall. When you have to install, you will write install. Okay, that's the thing. And if you have to see that what are the packages, means what are the modules you have installed, so you can write pip list. Okay, pip list. When you write pip list now, so you will get all the libraries which you have installed till now. Okay, you can see alphabet wise. So these are all the libraries which are present in my system. Okay, okay, you can see these are all the libraries which are already present in my system. Okay, now if you want is a specific package information, then what you're going to write? Then you write pip so, and let's say you want to know about the numpy library. Okay, so then you can write pip so numpy, and then it will give you all the information about the numpy. Now you can see it's giving us, now all the information is there about numpy. Now you have to read it out. Okay, so I'm not going to read it out, so I'll just do what, i'll just I'll just go forward. Okay, so if you want a specific information about any of the libraries, you can just write pip so and the module name. Okay, not only that, if you want to install a specific version, okay, let's say you want to install pandas 2.2.2 version, so you have to write like this: pip install pandas, then equals 2 point and the version names, let's say 2.2.2, and you will press enter, so that version of pandas will be installed. Okay, then there is one more command called as pip freeze. What this freeze means? This freeze means that whatever the packages you have installed till now, that will be freezed. Okay, so now that will be not changed. Let's say, means a requirement file will be created. Now requirement file will not be created, but the versions of that installed packages, that will be freezed. Okay, so that is the work of freeze here. Uh, Now let's say you have a requirement.txt file. Okay, let's say you have a requirements.txt file here, and in this file you have all the versions. Okay, let's say numpy equals to 2.3.1, then you have pandas version equals 2.2.2, then you have matplotlib version equals to 3.9.0, and now you want to install all these libraries based on this requirement, and maybe there could be many more, there could be many more modules. Okay, you want to install all these, so how you are going to do that? Okay, so if you have to install from a requirement file, so you can just simply write like this: pip install dash r requirements dot txt, pip install dash r requirements dot txt, and when you will press enter now, so everything will be installed based on these versions. Okay, everything will be installed, whatever the modules we have put in this requirement.txt file, that will be installed directly. Okay, so you have to remember this pip install dash r requirements.txt, and this happens many a time when you download a project from GitHub, or when you are collaborating on GitHub, when you are you make a pull request to see everything on your VS Code and work on the project on your system. So then you need to install every package. So then whenever you create a project, no, you create a requirement.txt file, and you simultaneously update the requirement.txt file also. Why you need to update it? Because uh, with the time in the project, you use many libraries, you use many modules. So if a second person is going to work on that project, or a different developer is going to work on that project, so he or she needs to have all the knowledge about what are the modules you have used. So that's why your requirement.txt file is important. And you guys always create an important requirement.txt file of your packages. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, now we have talked about everything. The last topic for the day 9, which is left, is the virtual environment. Okay, so now we are going to talk about the virtual environment. So let's talk about the virtual environment now. So about the virtual environment, okay, see, virtual environment means what? So a virtual environment means that it is an isolated Python environment, okay, where you can install packages without affecting the other projects. Okay. Now, let me just explain it, then it will be more clear to you guys. Many people are confused, and I'm guaranteeing that beginners don't understand virtual environments. Okay. And when I was also a student, then I was also not understanding what is the use of virtual environments. But later on, when I started facing problems, when I started facing issues, okay, in my project, so then I understood, okay, this is the concept of virtual environment, and this is why virtual environment is important. And that's why I've created this MD file to explain you in very simple that what problems you can face and how the virtual environment gives you the solution of that problem. So see, first of all, let's know about the virtual environment. That a virtual environment is an isolated Python environment where you can install your packages without affecting the other projects. Okay, now from this I know still you guys have little problem. So let's understand this part. Now let's talk about without virtual environment. If we are using, or if you are developing a project without virtual environment, okay, and let's say this is our computer. Okay, now in our computer we work with multiple projects. No, it's not compulsory that you work on a single project. I myself only work on 3 projects, 4 projects at one time. So let's say there is project A in my computer and project B also there is in my computer. Now, if I don't create a virtual environment, no, so without virtual environment, my project A and my project B both uses and shares the same packages. Okay, shares the same packages. But what is the problem with that? Problem is that if my project A needs NumPy 1.26 version and my project B needs NumPy 2.0 version, so then there will be a conflict. Let's suppose I have installed Python 2.0 version and my project A needs Python 1.26 version and B needs 2.0 version and I have installed 2.0 version. So my project A will not work. My project A will not work. It will give me unnecessary errors. It will give me unnecessary expressions. So that I don't want. So then how to fix it? So to fix it, I need to create virtual environments. Okay. So with virtual environments, that will be fixed. So what happens when we have virtual environments in our systems? So when we work with virtual environments, so let's say this is the computer, this is my project A. My project A will have its own environment, that will be its own virtual environment, and my project B will have its own virtual environment. So what will happen? Each project has its own dependencies. So there is no thing, means there is nothing about conflicts. There will be no conflicts. So if my project A uses, let's say, if my project A uses NumPy 3 point, or let's say NumPy 1.2 version or 1.6 version or 1.26 version, okay, and if my project B use NumPy 2.0 version, so I can install NumPy in both the virtual environments of different versions. That is what we get with virtual environment. Okay, this is what we get with the virtual environment. Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. And now I'll show you that how you can create your own virtual environment. Okay. So for creating your own virtual environment, you have to write a code, that is Python. In the terminal, go in the terminal, write Python dash m, then write venv, means virtual environment. This is a short form of venv, and then write your environment name. Let's say my environment name is going to be my environment. So a folder named my environment will be created. So this is the code you have to write to create a virtual environment. Python dash m venv means virtual environment and your virtual environment name. Okay. When I'll press enter, you will see I get a name here, my environment. Okay. Now this is not the thing, means you have created it, but wait a second, it's getting created. Once it is created, you will see again the execution. Okay. Again you will get the execution thing. It takes few seconds. It's based on the system also, it's based on the internet speed also, so everything is there. And now you will see the virtual environment is now created. Okay. But it's not activated yet. Once yet you are not inside that virtual environment, you are not using the virtual environment. I can show you an example. Pimp install numpy, and you will see it give me requirement already satisfies. But I have created the virtual environment now. So if I install the NumPy in virtual environment, then it will not say that. So let me just show you how you can activate your virtual environment. So for activating your virtual environment, go in the scripts. Okay, go in the scripts. Okay, and this activate. If you are using my terminal uses PowerShell, you can see here PowerShell is written. Okay, so if you are using a PowerShell as your default VS terminal, so you need to copy this path, activate.ps1 path. Okay, copy the relative path. But if you are using command prompt, if you'll go here, you can use any one of this. You can use command prompt as your terminal. You can use PowerShell use as your terminal. So my default terminal is PowerShell. You can see PowerShell as default. I have Git also, Git bash command. I use Ubuntu also. I have JavaScript debug terminal also. So I have many things. Okay. So because mine is PowerShell by default, so I have copied this one. If your by default terminal is command prompt, so copy this path. Okay. Copy this relative path, this activate one. But mine's is this. So I'm going to use this one. Okay. And you just need to do what? Copy the relative part and paste it over here, press enter, and now you will see now your virtual environment is activated. So once your virtual environment is activated, you will see something like this, my environment, your virtual environment name in the terminal. Okay, my env, your virtual environment name in the terminal, and along with your working directory. It means your virtual environment is activated. This means your virtual environment is activated. Now I'll do what? Now I'll again run this code, pip install numpy, and let's see what happens. So now you will see numpy will be installed, numpy will be downloaded. Okay, see, numpy is getting downloaded. Okay, collecting numpy is being downloaded, numpy will be downloaded, and then it will be understood. Abdul Malik Muhammad 3209. Very clear and well understood, sir. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, I guess I am taking live and my internet speed is a little slow. That's why it's like that. But actually, it happens very quickly. But the file is also big. It's of 12.4 MB, and my speed is 82.01 kbps. Actually, it should be mbps. Then it should have downloaded more faster. But can't help it. Okay, let's wait. Let's wait for more few minutes. And yeah. Okay, so if it's downloading, I'll come back. Okay, I'll come back in 1 minute. So guys, stay here. Let's the download happens. Okay, and I'll just be joining in 1 or 2 minutes. So yeah, I'm back. I guess the download has happened. Yeah. So yes. Okay. So this is how when you create a virtual environment, so it will not get affected with your normal standard environment. Okay. So every project. So I will suggest that for whatever project you are working on. Okay. Create your own virtual environment for specific projects. Okay. Then activate the environment and then do your task. I'll suggest. Okay. And I follow this approach. And this is a good habit. This is only the good habit, because if you have working with multiple projects, and now only I told you what are the repercussions which you have to face. So okay, and once you have activate the, now I told you how you have to activate it, I have showed you. Now if you have to deactivate, okay, so again you have to write deactivate. That's it, you will write deactivate, and your environment will be deactivated. Okay, is that simple? Just write deactivate. Okay, just write deactivate and it will be deactivated. Is that simple? Is that simple? So yeah, this was it. Okay, this was all about, this was all about the day 9. In day 9 we have to just see this only. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining the session. Thank you so much everyone to making this session so much engaging, and I hope you guys like this session, and I hope you guys learn many things from this session. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. This is Piyush Kumar signing off. You'll see you in the next day. That it will be day 10. Hopefully that can happen tomorrow. And do join the WhatsApp channel. I've pinned the syllabus link. Go on the syllabus link. Check out the syllabus. Up in the top of the syllabus, you will see the WhatsApp channel link. Go and join the channel, because in all the channels of our CL coding innovation, CL coding updates, we give you all the update about the live classes. So you will be up to date. Okay. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Okay. Coding. Thanks, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye. Take care.